What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports Match, you guys, with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what the heck is going on with the Los Angeles Rams, what is the biggest problem that they have right now, and how this problem can be fixed. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So, what the heck is going on with the Los Angeles Rams right now? This was a team who a lot of people, including myself, felt would end up being right back in the Super Bowl after they lost to the Patriots last year. And so far, they've been struggling. I mean, they are 3-3 right now. And I mean, they just don't look like the same team that we saw last season. Now, I don't know if this is a Super Bowl hangover or what it is, but I mean, they lost to the 49ers today. That loss was very ugly. I mean, I watched the game. In all my years watching football, I've never tuned into a more terrible performance than the one I saw today out of Jared Goff. I think the last time I've actually seen with my own eyes, watched the game when I saw a terrible quarterback play this bad, was a couple of years ago when Bruce Arians was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. I forgot what year it was. I want to say it was 2014, but I think Carson Palmer suffered an injury and a wild card playoff game the week prior, a couple of weeks before, and Arizona had to have Ryan Lindley come in and be the starting quarterback for that playoff game versus the Carolina Panthers, and he was god-awful. So I think that's probably the worst performance I've seen out of a quarterback until today. I mean, Jared Goff was just off. I mean, he was 13 of 24, 78 passing yards, got sacked 3 times. I mean, it looked like he couldn't complete a pass to save his life. I mean, it just did not look good for Jared Goff. And I mean, this is a game that, I mean, for the most part was pretty much in reach for most of the entire game. And I mean, the defense for the Rams played fairly solid. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's 24-33 threw a pick and had 1 touchdown, which was off a quarterback sneak. Tevin Coleman scored a rushing touchdown as well. And I mean, the 49ers only had 2 rushing yards every time they were running the football. So they were only averaging 2 yards per carry every time they ran the football. So the defense for the Rams played fairly great. But I think what the biggest problem is for this LA Rams team is Jared Goff. And I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, they haven't really been able to run the ball that well with Todd Gurley. That's another culprit too. But I think Jared Goff is the main reason why the Rams have been struggling. Because look, you paid this guy a lot of money to be a franchise quarterback. And I mean, he just hasn't played that well this season like how he has last season. So what I did, I compared his first 6 games from the 2018 season of last year to this year. So far, in 2019, he has thrown for 1,649 passing yards. His touchdown to interception ratio, he has thrown 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's completed 63.1% of his passes. He has a 43.8 quarterback rating, which is one of the worst in the NFL. And when we compare that to his 2018 season, last season, I mean, in his first 6 games last year in 2018, 1,928 passing yards, 12 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions, completing 68.4% of his passes, and had a 72.1 quarterback rating. So, I mean, we have seen a big drop-off from Jared Goff's production from 2018 to 2019, and we can't all put on Jared Goff. I mean, the offensive line hasn't been as good as what it was last season. The running game hasn't really been that consistent to help out Jared Goff this year, and I mean, Jared Goff just has not really been the same player that he has. So, I mean, Jared Goff is going to have to pick it up because Todd Gurley, he missed the 49ers game. He had to sit out this game. So, I mean, he's going to have to end up playing a lot better. I mean, the receivers have to play a lot better too, man. I mean, Brandon Cooks, don't even get me started on Robert Woods. I have this dude on my fantasy team, and Robert Woods hasn't did anything today. I mean, Robert Woods, I think he scored off of a reverse play inside the red zone, and that was pretty much his only touchdown. I don't think he has a receiving touchdown yet so far this season. So Robert Woods has pretty much been a big disappointment. Brandon Cooks is also a guy who has to step up as well. But I mean, the offensive line, I mean, it hasn't really been that good. And I mean, I think it's another big reason for Jared Goff's struggle. But overall, Jared Goff has to play better, man. I mean, look at the drop-off in production that we're seeing from 2018 to 2019. So what the LA Rams need to do, I think they need to try to run the football a lot more than what they have been the last couple of weeks. I think they're going to have to end up I think what they have to do is, next week when they play, right, they're going to have to commit to the run game. They're going to have to be like, look, we're going to at least want to run the ball at least 20 times, 20, 30 times next week, whoever they play. They play Arizona. So Arizona isn't really that good stop the run. They probably have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. So what the Rams have to do is, they have to be like, look, we're going to commit to the run game, right? We're going to say, hey, we're going to run the ball at least 30 times next game. And now, I'm not saying give Todd Gurley 30 carries if he comes back, but, divvy up the carries so it equals out to about 30 carries total to get Jared Goff going. Because, I mean, look, right now, the way Jared Goff is playing, you can't count on Jared Goff to carry the Rams to wins right now. He's just off. So a way you can help Jared Goff is by running the football and setting up play action, which is a big part of the LA Rams offense, is being able to use that run game to set up the passing game and using play action passes to get Jared Goff going, and using the play action pass to, get big plays in the passing game. And that's something that the LA Rams have not been able to do this season because they haven't really been that consistent running the football. So Jared Goff is a big reason why the Los Angeles Rams have been struggling, and also their inability to consistently run the football. And a big part of the LA Rams offense is using that run game to dictate the passing game. And when it comes to dictating the passing game, use the run game to set up play action and get big plays in the passing game. We haven't really seen that so far the first 6 weeks of the season out of Los Angeles Rams. Now the defense, I mean, this game versus the 49ers, I think they played pretty well, but I mean, against Tampa, they didn't play good. I mean, Jameis Winston went off. Against the Seahawks, they didn't play that well at all neither. So, I mean, the defense, I think this defense had a very okay game versus the 49ers. It wasn't great, but I don't think it was bad neither. But the defense, I think, needs to play a little bit more better. You got Aaron Donald, you got Marcus Peters, you got Aqib Talib. I mean, the defense has a lot of talent, too much talent to kind of be struggling the way they are. I think this defense is more than capable of being a top 10 defense, and so far they have not played up to the expectation. I mean, they have too many talented guys on the defense side of the ball to not be a top 10 defense. So, I mean, the defense has to play a little bit more better. Jared Goff has to play a lot more better. And they have to get the run game going, because a big part of the LA Rams offense is being able to run the football and run the football to set up play action. And since the Rams can't really have a lot of consistency running the football, they won't be able to use a lot of play action and catch the defense buying on those play action fakes and things like that. So, I mean, the offense has to play a lot better. I mean, the wide receivers have to step up. The offensive line has to play better, because this offensive line has not really been that good for Jared Goff this year when it comes to pass protection. So, I mean, the offensive line has to play good. The whole entire offense just needs to play good. But, I mean, the player who I think needs to step up the most is Jared Goff, man. I mean, this dude has not played that well this season. I mean, 2018 to 2019, I mean, the graphic is up here on the left side of the screen. I mean, he has not played that good. And this is coming from a guy who last season was considered an MVP candidate, and then his play kind of fell off, and then he picked it up in the playoffs, and then, I mean, they stunk it up versus the New England Patriots. So we don't know if this New England Patriots team, this defense, has found a way to stop this Sean McVay offense, and teams are now starting to implement the same tactics and tendencies that the New England Patriots defense used to stop there in the Super Bowl. And now teams have just found a way to stop this LA Rams high-powered offense. So what Sean McVay and the coaching staff needs to do is they gotta be like, hey, they gotta have a coaches only meeting. They gotta get together. They gotta find out ways, new wrinkles in the offense. They gotta change up something with the offense, add a new wrinkle to it. And I mean, that's part of being a head coach in the NFL. You have to be able to adapt every season, because look, these defensive coordinators every year, They're watching film, they're adapting. And that's what defenses do in the NFL. Defensive coordinators, they're finding ways to stop these high-powered offenses by adapting. So what these offensive-minded coaches like a Sean McVay have to be able to do is they have to be able to counter that, and they have to be able to adapt. That's what separates the elite coaching staffs from the average coaching staffs, and the average coaching staffs from the bad coaching staffs. The great coaching staffs in the NFL can make adjustments. And I think the LA Rams have a very good coaching staff. I think they have a top 5 coaching staff in the NFL. So what I'm expecting the LA Rams to do is Sean McVay having the coaches meeting, the coaches coming together, figuring out what they can do to get this team going back on the right track, figuring out how they can get this offense going back in the right direction, and changing up a little bit of the offense and adapting, because that's what the NFL is. You have to be able to adapt. Things change every week. Every weekend, that's in professional sports and in sports in general. You have to be able to adapt. You're not going to be able to play the same game that you played last week because every team that you play is different. So what the LA Rams have to be able to do is they have to be able to adapt, and the coaching staff has to be able to make adjustments. Now, that's it for what I think is the problem with the Los Angeles Rams. You guys let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section down below. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and college football videos. And thanks for watching.